Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another Zuri design team project. I am going to start with the Mixed Palettes MDF 10-inch gear tag and a ton of Zuri molds. We got the gear set number 2, the gear set number 1. I'm going to have some gears from the Little Bit of Everything mold, as well as some pieces from the Mariner's Jewel. I didn't use the whole thing. I'm just using some bits from there, as well as some pieces from the Machines mold. Tons and tons and tons of resin castings. Lots of black gesso going on from Finnabair, as well as this Broken Time piece from the Mixed Palettes MDF as well. I will have links in the description box below for all the pieces that I'm working with. So let's get into it. Pretty explanatory. Look, it's the first of the year and I'm, doing voiceovers, which I shouldn't be doing, but here we are. Covering everything with gesso. Some of the molds I poured with black resin, so I didn't have to cover them with gesso. Some I poured with white resin, so I covered them with gesso. The MDF from the Mixed Palette, I did cover with gesso, just so I wanted everything cohesive. I wanted everything covered in black. So, I also have this stencil from Americana. I think it's called Pixelated. And some texture paste from Finnabair in graphite. So before I covered the MDF tag in gesso, I wanted some texture in the background, just to give it a little extra something. So I put the texture paste through the stencil, and the color of the texture paste didn't matter to me because I'm going to take the black gesso and water it down and cover the whole thing anyways. I really just wanted some extra texture in the background. I was going rusty with this piece, and in the end I think I ended up covering up the whole background anyways, so I don't know how much of the texture you ended up seeing anyways. Sometimes I tend to go crazy when I do rust, and it got covered more than I actually wanted it to, but it happens. So now I'm going to attach all of my resin bits with 3D matte gel. Not that 3D matte gel is my go-to adhesive, but it's what I have a ton of. For some reason I ordered 2 by accident and I'm going to use it up. But it works just as good as any other matte gel adhesive, so that's what I'm using. And I'm not going to make you guys sit through and watch all of it because, it's like putting a puzzle together. I did end up putting some little extra metal gears on there because once I get started, I can't stop. So now I have some brown rust and gold rust Finnabair texture paste, and then I don't have any yellow. So I'm taking Dina Wakley Media paint in the cheddar and then some texture powder from Finnabair, and I'm going to make my own yellow rust paste. So, okay. This is going to look like a hot mess, like no lie. When I put this brown on, it's going to look like, well, it's going to look a mess. So I'm just going to town, laying all this brown rust paste on. And when I say, look, I'm just going to throw my project around. When I say I lay it on thick, like I either go with a little bit of rust or like rust the entire piece. So I put a whole lot of brown rust down and then I sprayed the crap out of it with water to get it moving a little bit, so I had some more flow to it. And then I'm going to sop up some of that water. And it's not going to look as crappy as it, no pun intended, as it looks right now once I get the colors going. So here's where I'm going to get my like orange rust effect paste. I took the cheddar paint from Dino Wiggly Media and the texture powder from Finnabair, and I'm making my own rust paste. I'm over here making air quotes like like you guys can see it. And I leave some of the brown wet, and some of it is dry. That way some of it kind of mixes together. And then I do pick up my the brush that I use to put the brown rust paste on, just to kind of mix them together, because even this right now looks like a hot mess because I'm just slapping down that orange. But when they blend together, and then when you put the yellow on top of that, it all kind of, blends together and then gives you that rust effect that I was intending. So I did all that, and then I dry it up, and it's still like, when I'm doing rust, I always tell myself, trust the process, because I know that it's not until the end where it's gonna like pop, and it's gonna I'm gonna realize, oh, that's the look you were going for. Because in the beginning it does look just like a brown hot mess, and then a brown and orange hot mess. But then, when all the colors come together, it looks, I love the way it looks. So now I'm going to go in with the yellow rust effect, or maybe it's called gold. I don't know. It's yellow. It's whatever. It looks yellow to me. And I don't lay that on as heavy, like the brown, super heavy. Orange, a little less. Yellow, a lot less than the first two colors. So that's that with all the three colors blended, and dried. So now I'm going to use Bora Bora, the Zuri's metallic wax, and this stuff is like, it's so creamy, and so I love it. So I really normally I would do, like, to get like a patina, I would do like a blue or a teal paint, but I decided I wanted just a little bit of shimmer, so that's why I decided to use the Bora Bora wax, and that was just like perfect. It just gave me that little bit of shine that I wanted without it being shimmery, and still gave it like a patina-esque effect. So yeah, I was super excited about that. And again, I will have links to everything in the description box below, if you want to check everything out. Yeah, you can still see some of the texture. Now that I'm looking at it up close, you can still see some of the texture in the background. I didn't cover it all up completely. So that's it. That's all of it in all its glory. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope everyone's having a happy new year so far. I know it's only day 1 of 2022, but I hope everyone has a great year, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and see you later. Bye.